In a world full of chaos, we are your outlet to voice your frustrations. The world's first interactive podcast where the audience can become a guest of the show. Presenting your hosts, Devin G. Ewart and Patrick Martin.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's here.
What the heck's going on?
They came for me.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
I don't know.
What in the heck is going on? What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay. We were having technical difficulties. It is Series 1, Episode 33. It is Friday, May 21st, I believe. And I'm losing connection on my mouse. This is a great way to start off a Friday.
The best way.
Right. And we have a special guest in the studio today. And then if I can get the camera to switch, that would be fantastic. There we go.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hello.
So tell our audience who you are.
I'm Priscilla. I do his hair.
And she actually did it today. It was a funny
Yes.
story. Came in and I was like, we were talking and whatnot, and I said, hey, started talking about the podcast, and I was like, well, it just so happened, if you're interested in coming on the show, can you be here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours? And she said, heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Why not?
So obviously you mentioned you cut hair.
Yes.
Have you done anything else besides cut hair for a living?
Ooh.
You mentioned earlier you had like 3 jobs or something at one point.
Yes, I have done pretty much everything. I have owned my own e-cig shop a long time ago.
Where was that located?
Carrollton.
Oh, okay.
Social Lizard Vapor Company.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was fun. I've done everything from food management to throwing papers to driving school buses. So
Dang.
yeah, I've done it all.
Reagan says, where's Patrick been? I don't know. You need to ask him. I kicked him off the show.
It's me now.
He's been replaced.
Yeah, my time. That's why I'm at his desk. I'm gonna eat all his candy.
He might show up once he hears that. Don't be messing with my stash.
I got your fucking nerds. Bring it.
So you said you're currently doing haircuts and stuff, and you drove buses and delivered papers and owned a vape shop.
Yeah.
So kind of like a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla says, hey, podcast people. That's my girlfriend, Kayla, by the way.
Hello,
The
Kayla.
one I was telling you about earlier. So, Kayla, come to find out that her boyfriend, what does he do?
He owns a boat rental company.
See, this is the irony. Everything happens for a reason. I'm I'm always adamant about that.
And she's in cosmetology school, yeah?
No, that's my buddy Andy. His girlfriend is in cosmetology school.
Okay.
In which, who the heck keeps walking? All right.
Are they walking in?
No, I think it's my neighbor. Unless it's Patrick trying to sneak up on the show.
That'd be hilarious.
So he tells me he's not going to be here, and then he secretly surprises.
Of course.
Walks in the studio. Surprise, mother. Kayla says, I do teeth.
Oh.
That's what she does. She's been in the dental field for like 17,000
We can be
years.
friends. Friends.
Why? You want to learn how to do some teeth?
Mm.
I mean, you haven't done that yet, so I mean.
No, I just need my teeth.
Oh,
done.
you need your teeth?
And I'll do her hair. I don't know. We'll figure something.
She actually just got her hair done too today. She went, I think, platinum.
Oh, nice.
So her hairstylist will not let her do, that gray, like that silver. You know what I'm talking about?
Why?
I don't know. She can answer that question. But she's like, I will not. She's like, I'm trying to get gray out of my hair, and you're wanting to put gray in your hair.
Gray's just a really hard color to keep.
Is
That's
it?
all. Yeah. Once you go platinum, it's just toner. Just like the little old ladies that have purple hair, it's just purple shampoo used too often.
Nah. So what happens if you like go silver? Will it eventually turn to purple or what?
It can. Just depends on the toner and or shampoo you use.
Gotcha. See, I don't know nothing about. I mean, I don't have much hair, so it's not one of my worries. I know I did have long hair, and of course, nobody on the podcast has seen it because it's always been in a hat.
Should have taken a picture next time.
I know you felt bad for cutting it off because you're like, I'm only gonna cut this much off, and then you're like, I'm only gonna cut this much. It's like, no, just cut all of it.
Yeah, it was weird. Last time you came in and we just cut that.
Yeah,
backs and sides.
Yeah, that was it. And let the top grow, and then finally I was just like, I'm tired of wearing a hat all the time. You know, it was in that in between stage. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I could have, I guess, ponytailed it.
What the fuck? I got your nerds.
Andy says I don't go too short or too short anymore, but I think he meant too short. Mm-hmm. And Patrick said, "What the fuck?" Because she jacked your nerds, nerd. Oh, here we go. Kayla says, because I always go back blonde right after, and it's hard to get my platinum back.
But that's the thing. Platinum or silver is just overtoned platinum. That's it. So 2 or 3 washes later, you're platinum.
Oh, from silver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's just toning.
Gotcha. See, I don't know nothing about it. So tell me, speaking of which, what was your worst experience you've had cutting hair?
Oh, man. I would say the worst thing overall is people that come in with not just dirty hair. Mm-hmm. I call it potato chip hair.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's it's like hair that hasn't been washed in like a month.
Uh-huh.
And
But I thought that's healthy.
No. No. Like once a week is okay.
Uh-huh.
Like I know that sounds terrible, but once a week. Bugs are also pretty bad. But I have never encountered that. Thank God. But potato chip hair, their hair is so oily that when you're pulling it, it just stays up. Uh-huh. And as you're combing through it, it looks like you just took your comb through a bag of Lay's. And so there's like all kinds of little potato chip things on the comb. It's disgusting.
That sounds horrible. Do you burn the thing afterwards? Like, what the fuck?
No, I go in
like, do you just burn the chair and fucking...
And the worst part is...
Dumpster fire out back.
I feel like some people... We have some people that come in, and I feel like I'm the only person that washes their hair because they come in like once a month.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And
the reason why I asked that, because I know this area, and I know there's some sketchy-ass people in this area, so...
You know, this area isn't as bad. I used to work at Parker and Alma, and over there, it was almost every other person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Over here, it's not so bad. Maybe it's because we're near the lake. I don't know.
So the lake cleans their hair, so that's a little bit better?
It's a little better. I'm sure whatever's in the lake is eating whatever.
So have you ever had a customer come in so nasty that you're like, I can't work on you? Go take a shower and come back.
We have shampooed their hair as a courtesy or whatever. I did have a girl come in though, and she only washed her hair with Ivory soap. And soap has wax in it. So her hair was so hard. It took me an hour and 45 minutes to do a blunt cut across the bottom. Because as you comb through it, it just...
Could you even comb through that?
Barely.
I was going to say, I was like, yeah, barely. It sounds like it's...
It was the worst condition I've ever seen anybody's hair.
Ooh. So what'd you do? Did you just fought through it and
pretty much
eventually got it done?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the hardest part about what you do? Showing up. Just kidding.
Basically. Probably trying to keep a straight face when you cut yourself.
Oh.
Like my fingers, I don't know if you can see. You can't see. Like you can see they're red. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
you see all the little marks?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the last 2 days.
Damn.
Yeah, kids that don't sit still.
See, I was guilty of that when I was a little kid. I think I still have the scar in my ear somewhere, like the girl cut and like slit, and it was like, yeah. And luckily the hospital's right across the street from where it was at, so got it stitched up. But
That is like my worst nightmare.
what's that?
Cutting somebody.
Oh, cutting someone?
Yeah.
Not yourself, but cutting
No.
somebody else.
No, we nick kids' ears all the time because they won't sit still. But not because of that, but they won't sit still, so they get cut. But actually, like cutting somebody with my scissors, oh no. Yeah, I would probably die.
Lindsay says the V cut. I have them all over my hands. What is the V cut?
It's just where you can see.
Oh, I got
or
you.
V's,
From where the
the scissors kind of just nip the point.
Got you. I got one of those on my right here, but that's from a hedge trimmer.
What are you doing?
All right, so it got stuck, right? And my mom, in her infinite wisdom, was like trying to like help me, but she apparently, I guess, pulled the trigger as my finger was in the reciprocating blade part. Yeah, it took a chunk out of my finger. Luckily, it didn't take the finger off.
No thanks.
Andy wants to know, do you have your own studio space? And what was her name? I came on late, sorry.
My name's Priscilla. A lot of people just call me Pink. I've had pink hair for like 8 years.
Yeah, what is that hair by Pinked? I saw that.
So when I got
tell me
out
the story behind that.
when I got out of cosmetology school, my whole ploy, I had pink hair for like 5 years at that point. I wanted to do, there's a place in London that I want to say it's called like Not Your Mother's Hair Salon or something like that. And all of the people look like me and they dress like super punk or like 50s, and this all they do is electric hair color and stuff like that. And that's what I wanted to do. And then after hair school, I got my own little suite. I tried to do it, and then I was like, fuck, I hate women's hair. I really I hate women. Like,
I hate women. I hate women's hair.
like, I have no issue doing it. I really like doing colors and stuff like that on friends, but the number one thing that I hate doing on women is balayages. It takes hours and hours, and if it's not perfect, it just looks like you just dip their hair in bleach, and no. So I went and started doing men's hair because men are fast and easy. So,
yeah, I was just going to say, how long does it take to do a woman's hair, and how long does it take to do a man's hair?
Well, I can do a long hair cut in the same amount of time, but that's not what women want. They don't want just like fast layers or just a blunt cut. They just want a shag haircut, or now like that mullet.
Oh, yeah, which you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, by the way, we had this conversation when she cut my hair about she loves mullets, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Yes, mullet.
Because I told her about when I was a little kid, my parents thought it would be wonderful if I had a school picture with a freaking mullet. So, yeah.
It's better. A mullet is better than the school picture I described to you.
Yeah. So, describe the audience.
So, growing up, I've always been overweight. So, I had straight short hair when I was younger, and then when I hit about 8-9 years old, it started getting curly. My mom had no idea what to do with it, so she just cut it short. Legitly, I look like Corey from Boy Meets World. Well, I wanted to fit in still, and it was like the early 90s or something like that. And
apparently you've got a lot of people that are agreeing with you.
It's a thing, yes.
Kayla says it's a thing now, and then Lindsay says mullets are back in style.
Yes, mullets and
it came back.
Mullets and mohawks.
Tell it to go away.
No, I love it. Love it.
Yeah, so you were saying about the.
So I had short curly hair. Corey from Boy Meets World.
Right.
Coke can bangs because I had to fit in somehow, and then my mother got me a button-down dress that looked like it was too big. It looked like a muumuu, and it had buttons all down, and it was bedazzled, and it was acid wash denim. It was gorgeous.
Y'all remember that style back in the day?
Yeah.
That was totally 80s.
A bedazzled acid wash denim. That was
the bedazzler.
Yeah. I would
a fad that came and went, and thank God never came back.
But I burnt that picture as soon as I saw it.
Oh, man. That's what sucks about these kids now in digital age. You can't burn that shit. It's everywhere.
No.
Once it's live and viral, it's there forever.
Yep.
Even if you try to delete it, take it down, you can go back to there's different websites where you can go and retrieve stuff.
Yeah, I'm too dumb.
I know you're not technical. We already determined that earlier.
No, I can't.
So, how did you feel when the COVID, like, how did that affect you as far as your work and stuff like that?
Well, we had to shut down. TDLR, they are the licensing department for a lot of different places, like electricians, plumbers, anything that pretty much needs some sort of licensing to get, to be able to practice whatever business you're doing. And we were not allowed to practice in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. Obviously, people were out there doing haircuts. On the low. I got my nails done on the low.
Yeah, I was wondering, so how did that happen? I mean, because obviously...
going to hair school, you know people and you know what they're doing. And it's not like we're going to tell on each other or anything like that. But TDLR is savage. They were posting people's names, pictures, their business names, and their license number, and pretty much putting them out there, being like, hey, this person no longer has a license. They've been practicing or taking money during whatever period of time.
Is that what happened with that lady in Dallas? Remember, she was boycotting the whole mask thing, and she's like, I'm going to remain open or whatever.
I think that there was a lawsuit there. I don't think that she in particular has a license. She just has a business. And I don't know.
But you can't legally cut hair if you don't have a license, right? Or how does that work?
She has the business. She employs the
Gotcha.
hairstylist. So, funny you say that. Tune Up was one of the companies that did that, and that's who I worked for prior to where I work now. But I was not there when they closed, so I'm not quite sure what was happening with that.
So are you at the place you're at now? Was that where you were at when the COVID and everything?
No,
oh, okay.
I was a manager of a salon in Plano when that happened, and then it's like $20 to get to Plano every day, and then when they shut down and we came back, the hours were like cut in half.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't afford to even be a manager that far away, so I just found a job closer.
Gotcha. So how long you been at this location?
I've been here since the week of Thanksgiving. Yeah. The place I was prior, my father passed away, and they told me that I couldn't leave. So I was like, okay, I'm leaving. So I left. And then the day after that, I got an interview where I'm at now. And they were like, yeah, take the week off and come back. So I did.
Well, at least they were understanding. Sorry to hear about your loss.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lindsay said, I decided to go to cosmetology school because they kept closing down the bars.
That's exactly why I went. So I used to have a vape shop in Carrollton. And we opened a second one, and I got divorced. And fighting for a business is almost more brutal than fighting for a kid.
Yeah, so tell me, walk me through what all happened. Like, what first of all, what inspired you to start a vape shop? I mean, obviously you vape, so that's...
Yeah, well, about a year prior, I was smoking. It was when I was throwing papers. I was smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Damn.
And, yeah.
Wow, Patrick. Woo. I can't get on to you about that now after hearing that.
Well, I mean, when you pretty much, so this is going to sound crazy. I was an extreme couponer. I went to Trader's Village on the weekends, and I sold stuff there. And then during the week, I threw papers, and that's all I did.
So through papers, what does that mean exactly? Like
the Dallas Morning News.
Okay.
Like
Just want to get clarification. I didn't want to know, like, audience to think that that's slang for something else.
No, it's not an accountant. But
it's not rolling papers, and no, it's not.
No. Although.
And it's not papers for the cartel. Just want to clarify.
But I feel like they're a mafia all within themselves, but that's neither here nor there.
Who's that?
Dallas Morning News, yeah.
Well, Belo Corporation is a hell of a, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, while I was working there, I learned how to coupon for myself. And when I left there, somehow I just had coupons falling on my porch every week. So I started extreme couponing, and I would make anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 every weekend.
So tell me, walk me through how does one extreme coupon? Because I've seen the show and it's kind of like I've interested me, but then I'm like, I don't want to be that asshole in line. It's pulling out fucking accordion, going through. Oh, that starts with an A. Hold on. Oh, that starts with a Z. Hold on. I don't want to be that dickhead.
Well, the whole thing about it is you have to pre-plan everything. So a coupon that came out 2 months ago could be.
But don't they expire?
They do. Some expire in a couple weeks. Some expire in 6 months. Some expire in years. It just depends. So you just have to plan everything, and
so walk me through the organization. Obviously, if different ones expire at different times, how do you
just have to walk through it every time you're going to go shopping? And there's a lot of websites out there like Coupon Mama, Penny Pincher, all this other stuff. But I had a friend that worked at Walgreens, and she was a mom of 4 kids, and obviously she needed to save money, so she did a lot of research, and she would put out the coupons. She would buy coupons from eBay, because you can do that.
What?
And, yeah.
See, I'm learning all sorts of shit. I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, go ahead.
And she would put them out near the items that would really be a steal this time around. Like, Tide is $5, and there's a $2 coupon, and then you get a $3 register reward or whatever. So it ends up free. And you just do that repeatedly until you have as much as you need. So she would do that. And so with my amount of coupons, I would bring the coupons that she wanted, and she would order the product that I wanted, and she would tell me the deals prior to, and we just kind of did that. And so I would come and see her during the day when she wasn't busy, so I wouldn't be bothering anybody, and I would have unlimited amounts of product, and she would have sales.
This was the person at Walgreens?
Mm-hmm.
So she was like a cashier, or what was she at?
She was the manager.
Oh, manager, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what, did they just open up a special lane just for you? It's like, oh, this chick's going to be here for an hour and a half.
Well, we would mainly check out in like the beauty department, where they have all the makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't bother the front.
That's interesting. Okay. I always wondered that, because I was like, man, I've been in lines where like literally I had one item and the dude in front of me has 4, but it's taking him 40 minutes to scan 4 items. I'm like, oh.
But have you ever been to a store and been paid to shop?
No, and that's what interests me about that. So walk me through that. How does that work exactly?
It's not nearly. Ever since the show came out, they really, really made that almost impossible.
Okay.
Just because they lowered the amounts on the coupons and they did all of that, so it's really difficult now. So I don't even attempt to do it anymore. But
damn shows be screwing it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Just like Storage Wars came out, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I want to do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Gold Rush came out.
Have you ever done it?
No.
That's one thing that I've done for years.
I don't want a bunch of people's nasty trash. Like, that's what I feel like 90% of those storage units would be, especially in Texas.
There are some that, and I've actually gone. Yeah, if you ever watched the Texas version of the show, there was a girl. I think her name was Leslie. I think
sounds familiar.
And it was funny because she drove a blue Tundra, and of course I have my silver Tundra. And so it would, like, people would joke, it was like, oh, it's a battle of the Tundras. Well, one of the lockers she bought, she didn't even realize she bought, it was 3 lockers. And I'm talking trash in all 3. And she didn't realize, she thought she was just buying 1, but it was 3.
Trash.
I know, I'm like, have fun cleaning that trash out.
Probably legit, like, mice and maggots trash. No thanks.
Yeah, none of the ones that I've ever bought were that bad, but I did buy a locker in San Antonio that I did a little research on the person, because I was like, why is there 35 cell phones in this locker? And I'm like, red flag, number 1. And I start going through the names and stuff, and come to find out they got busted by the feds for running a prostitution ring.
Ooh.
And yeah, all of their artwork and all of this other stuff was all in this unit. And I was like, because I have some certain rules and stuff. When I win, will buy a locker or not. And the rule of 3 is what I call it. And this locker had it. And so I was like,
if it has more than 3 of anything?
If it has more than at least 3 items that are what that bid price is. So if it's $100, you got to have at least 3 items in there that are $100 or worth $100 that I knowingly can sell for $100 or whatever.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's kind of that way. If that one doesn't sell, I'm still going to make a profit on at least 2 of the other ones. That's kind of how my system's been. But every time I've done it, I've always ended up way far ahead. Like I bought a $5 locker and I have tens of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry and
Where are you finding $5
diamonds.
lockers?
Diamonds. I found diamonds. And 3 different sizes. I think one's 2 carat, one's 1 carat, and one's a half carat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're big diamonds.
Look out, girlfriend. He's got diamonds.
The diamonds. But yeah, what's funny is that $5 locker took me an entire day to clean out. That's how much. It wasn't like it was trash. It was just so much stuff.
But
and
that
you
makes
had
it
to
worth
like
it.
was because I was like literally I was going through it and I'm like I'm pulling out iPads, I'm pulling out like all these like gadgets, electronics, and all this stuff, and I'm like going, Jesus, this is like the mother load for $5.
Well, you let me know and I'll come.
Hell yeah,
I'm with you. But shows that people try to go out and do themselves. So my boyfriend, we went to Colorado for his birthday, and we ended up going to Argo Gold Mine.
Okay, yeah, you started mentioning the gold mining thing. Yeah.
So, they have the little jewel mining and gold mining for kids, and they hand them like a little thing with what is that, sand in it?
Yeah.
And they put like little.
Yeah, they give you like a little
gold.
bag, and you get.
He spent an hour and 45 minutes going through all the sand from other people's stuff,
just to make sure.
Yeah. And he found more gems and things that I guess a bunch of kids missed, but. So then we got on this kick of watching like Gold Rush.
Right.
So that's what he wanted to do for the like 6 months that we were in the pandemic and couldn't work or whatever. Gold Rush. He was like, we're just gonna buy like $500,000 worth of heavy mining equipment, and we're gonna go to Alaska and we're gonna mine there during the summer. That's what we're gonna do. And I was like, you forget you do boats during the summer?
Yeah, Kayla says, I love watching Gold Rush with that guy Parker. Her and I watched it the other day.
Yeah. Parker grew up. Parker got hot.
Uh-huh.
Parker called me.
Hey, Patrick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Waiting for the diamond. Yes. See, now you know.
Wait.
You're welcome.
So,
I want an
hey,
invite.
can y'all hear me?
Patrick, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh, you know what?
On?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's not through the headphones. It's through the speaker.
Oh, is it?
Are you mad about your nerds? Is that why you're calling?
What?
She said, "Are you mad about her stealing your nerds? Is that why you're calling in?"
No, I'm just calling in to say I'm right in the middle of Israel, and it's kind of quiet right now.
What?
I'm in the middle
What's
of
going on?
Israel.
You're in the middle of Israel. What?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of Israel. Hey, I'm doing a reporting on the bombing of what Israel's doing to Gaza.
Oh, okay. So you're feet on the street.
Yeah. Hey, I think, you know what? I think Phyllis has cut my hair before.
What?
I think Phyllis has cut my hair before.
Phyllis?
Priscilla. Phyllis.
Priscilla,
Literally,
sorry,
the
not
P
Phyllis.
name and
I think
My
syphilis
bad.
cut my hair before.
Syphilis? No.
Listen, Priscilla's
What
an
the
old name.
hell?
I've been called Pearl, Phyllis.
Andy says, "I'm so
Okay,
confused.
Pearl.
I think we're confusing the shit out of our audience." It's great.
Well, confuse
Why
everybody.
confused?
I think they're confused because you're calling in, but you're not in studio.
It's me,
Well, it's
Patrick.
okay.
Patrick, I like the wig you got on, bro, and the glasses. It's so you.
what's funny about that is my mom said she wanted me to be a boy, and she wanted my name to be Patrick, so it's fitting.
There you go. Now's your chance to be
Really?
Patrick.
Well, see,
Yes.
Patrick is a good name. It's a good Irish name. Phyllis.
Phyllis. Oh, this guy.
So
Yeah, I wish you could be here in studio, brother.
Yeah,
What up?
I know. But I'm unavailable right now. So I saw that Reagan asked where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
told him
well,
strip
I'm
club.
unavailable.
He's making it rain.
Yeah.
They don't allow you to have cell phones in the champagne room.
Oh, no shit.
He didn't know.
Now he knows.
I'm getting a couple of lap dances right now, man. It's pretty good here in Israel.
Lap dances in Israel.
Hell yeah, man. You should see these Israeli girls, man. They're hot.
Bro, I've seen yeah. Your level of hot and mine are two totally different things.
Some of them.
Some of them, the ones that are covered.
Yeah, the chicks in military, yeah, they're hot.
Andy's still confused.
Why, Andy?
Andy, we need to know why you're confused. He's like, why is he in Israel?
Andy's always confused.
Yeah, that is true.
Because all he can think
she
about
did
is
face
balls.
palm, then she did a double face palm.
Well, that's all he thinks about is balls.
Yes, Andy has set the record for the amount of times balls was said during a podcast.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's a world record, if it's been recognized by the World Book, not Encyclopedia, Guinness Book of World Records, but
Oh, on your chin.
on your chin.
Was he in the podcast?
Andy's on the podcast every Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
the bearded
Yeah, every
fellow.
Monday.
yes. The bearded terrorist
I want
looking
her
guy
color
who wears
hair.
Marvel shirts.
Hey,
See, there's
Phyllis.
Cody. Cody's my friend.
Hey, Cody, what's happening?
She's my fellow My Little Pony haired person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We just did her hair
Hey,
pink
Phyllis.
and purple.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey, you should have just shaved all of his damn hair off, man. He
Pretty much fucking did.
I basically did. He just wanted a
Sure,
little bit
sure,
more
sure.
at the front. I don't know. I just do what I'm told at work.
Well, you should have just shaved it all off, or just give him a little mullet.
She would have given me a mullet.
I would have, but so
If you could make it look cool, I might have let you.
okay. So from here on out,
Bet.
No, Devin would have looked like a little dumbass.
mullet,
Mullet, y'all.
mullet.
You heard it here. Season 1,
Devin would
episode
have looked like a little
33.
dumbass.
It's mullet time.
Mullet time instead of
Yeah.
Miller time.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I feel a t-shirt coming on.
It's mullet time. Yeah, that and
Kayla says,
I promise.
"No, sir."
I promise it will look amazing.
Kayla's like, I need to see photographic evidence. I need examples.
You better learn how to cut hair
All right.
quick.
Right? I was almost tempted a couple times, like, Kayla, my hair looks like shit. Can you just fucking
Buzz it.
buzz it?
No, but look,
Hey, I see
look up
some
modern
bombs
mullet.
coming,
It's
so
really not that bad.
I'm gonna have to take
Doesn't
off.
Mahomes have that?
Yes,
Okay.
that is the Mahone haircut. Is
Okay.
the modern mullet.
Got it.
It's pretty much
Devin.
like a mullet and a mohawk had a baby.
Got you.
Devin,
Mullet hawk. Yeah, Kayla says I
Hey.
cut his neck. Like, literally, she's like,
Jesus.
no. I'm
Did
just
you
kidding.
hear about the hairstylist that fell on their shears? Like literally fell on their shears and
Did she
straight-
die?
No.
But
he
did she
not.
die?
He did not. Apparently a bunch of people gave him money for doing it. So
For falling on the shears?
yeah. 'cause
Oh, is
he
it like
was-
one of those GoFundMe type things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense then.
hey, I'm gonna have to take
Kayla,
off.
thank you for correcting that. I mean, trim his neck. That sounds a lot better than I cut his neck. faux hawk.
But look
Hey,
up
Devin.
modern mullet. It's not that bad. It's like a faux hawk continuing down a little bit.
I got you. Modern
Mullet.
mullet.
For men.
Oh, yeah.
Because the
for men.
women's one is like what Miley has.
Yeah, I saw Miley and her.
Hey, I'm going to have to take off.
All right, brother.
All right,
Thanks for
because there's
stopping in.
bombs coming, and I want to go hide with some of these hot Israeli chicks.
Have fun with their conversion.
Have fun with all them men. Lindsay says, Andy only lets me trim up his neck, too. He doesn't cheat on his barber.
Yeah, barbers have straight razors. I wouldn't cheat on your barber either.
Woo! I've always wanted to do that straight razor thing.
You know, as cosmetologists, we can't. So that's why I want to go to barber school and do the whole like crossover thing.
So you have to have a whole different license in order to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Apparently, Andy has accepted himself.
Oh, except with myself. I don't even understand what that...
He's confused with everybody except with himself.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you paid attention to the show.
Hey, you know what? That's my line. Yeah, Kayla's been going to the same girl for 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, he says, I only cheat on his barber with himself. Yeah, Andy's one of the few dudes that can cut his own damn hair. And I'm like, how the fuck?
You know,
how do you do that?
a lot of people do that. And I don't know how, because I'm so underneath.
Andy's mastered it. I know. He's told me, because I was like, how the fuck do you do that?
Let's see.
He's like, do the opposite.
Do the opposite.
So if you're going to go left, you need to go right. I'm
Oh,
like, that's
no.
too much fucking thinking.
That is. I cut my own bangs, and I'm surprised they even came out like they're a little bit long.
Yeah, you got a
on
little
side.
one hanging.
That's fine. It's fine. It does save money. There used to be a, I think it's called a Flowbee, back in the
Yes,
hippie days.
they now make them for dogs. It's called the Furby. Is it Furminator? That's what it is.
The Furminator. Yeah.
Does the same principle.
So it's essentially like a vacuum with clippers inside, and you just kind of like go all over your hair.
Yeah, but doesn't that all make it like one length or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was for men, I would assume, or women if they want that.
Kayla says, I shave my own legs. Good job!
But why?
As
though?
opposed to what? The alternative? You go to a barber to shave your legs or what?
Wax them. It's a lot easier.
There you go. Wax them. You heard it here.
Wax them.
Yeah, because you have access to, what? Sally? Is that where you get your wax stuff? And
Yeah, there's
supplies?
Sally's, and then there's like.
or is there better places?
There's better places.
I'm sure.
But Sally's isn't bad. Like
No?
they have some pretty decent stuff.
Is there like a place to go for like, but you have to have a license only?
Yeah.
Or how does that work?
So Sally's is owned by a parent company which does license only sales as well.
So you said these better places. Do you anybody go, or do you have to have a license as well with those?
You have to have a license to even.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm sure you could get away with like walking in and kind of looking around, but you're not going to know.
Yeah.
It's just like going in a car parts store without any of the.
I need a flux capacitor, please.
Yeah, pretty much. A $30 fade, that's cheap. That's real cheap.
Oh, yeah. Andy, you ain't joking. Kayla can attest to how much ladies' prices for hair. I was like, dude, I can go for a year for that. I was like, what the fuck? And then you add their nails and shit to it. I'm like, y'all be spending like $600 a month just on your hair and nails. What the fuck?
Yeah, nails.
That's ridiculous.
Nails for me is easily $60 to $100.
Yeah. Is that for manicure and pedicure?
No, just hands.
Damn.
Hands.
Those are pretty legit, though.
Thank you.
What are they, like candy canes? What is that?
No, they're like abstract art is like the thing right now.
That's pretty cool. I dig it.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes with the hair, obviously.
They're always pink in some way, shape, or form.
Kayla said I paid $190 today.
Manny and
Jesus!
Betty?
No, just for her hair.
Oh, yeah. No, that's cheap.
Lindsay said $75 for nails. Was that for mani pedi or was that just your
that's just nails.
manicures? Just nails? Okay.
Yeah. See, Cody knows me. she's my nail.
Melting flamingos.
That's
Ooh,
what-
that sounds like.
That's what.
Is
I
she your
call-
nail girl?
No,
Oh.
She goes with me.
Ah, I got you. That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you decide to go with the pink hair?
Oh man. So my first
I mean, you kind of talked about London and that whole.
Yes.
But I didn't know if that was
so
influence.
my first husband, I maintained a lime green 2-foot mohawk on him for 8 years. Yes. Very big mohawk.
Damn, you should have sent me pictures of that.
I think I might have them still.
I'll put that as a picture on here.
So
So you had that. What you said? 2-foot
2-foot
mohawk.
mohawk.
Bright
And
green,
Bright.
like
and
neon green, or like a.
pretty neon green.
Okay.
Back then we.
So, I mean, I see you have the bright colors. I was just assuming that if it's green, it's probably going to be a bright neon green or something.
Neon green is really hard, because there's not a whole lot that gets it.
Mhm.
Neon green. I'm trying to find this picture and send it to you. So, Devin. We used to.
I mean, obviously during St. Patrick's Day you see green hair, but
Yes.
I've never seen like neon green.
Well, his hair. We colored it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right. That used to take me like 3 hours to put up like that.
I bet.
But
So, what kind of product do you use to get that?
what is it? Is the got to be glued freeze spray.
Okay,
And you have to just douse it and then you hold it and blow dry it.
got you.
So I did that for about 8 years. And we used Kool-Aid because this was like 15. No, this was like 6-7 years ago when we split up. There was no green hair green hair color aside from Manic Panic, and Manic Panic is garbage. Gorilla Glue would have worked. It would have worked, and I would have never
Gorilla
had.
Glue.
Yes, Gorilla Glue.
But that's just to get to for the. I was like, wait, that's not green.
No, but it would have worked to do that. But the amount of people that would just come up and touch his hair was ridiculous. So after so many years of doing that, when we split up, I was like, it's my turn. My hair was always just like black. So I started experimenting with colors. I did like purple and I did like reds and stuff like that. And then I got it pink. And then I just got obsessed with getting pinker and pinker and pinker and pinker. And it took me about 5 years to get so electric that when I first dye it, it hurts your eyes.
Oh, that bad, huh? That bright?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see if I can post that. Okay, so there's the picture that she was referring to, just so y'all can see. Whoa!
Yeah.
Damn. That's just too much work. And then you got to be worried about getting it. How do you get in and out of your car? I was gonna say you like.
It would be hilarious. He would drive like literally like so crouched down. It was hilarious. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you'd have to drive with the top down, and I can only imagine then the spikes are like going back here.
Well, we had a tiny little green Ford Fiesta, and so
You
that
and your
was,
little cars.
I like little cars. I
So
like
so
little
tell
things.
everybody what you have. This is the funniest thing. I'm pretty sure it could park in the bed of my truck.
Yes, probably. I came up in my smart car today. I normally drive like that new olive green Ford Soul. Wow, Kia Soul. But my boyfriend used up all my gas, so I took the other car,
Which is?
the smart car.
I mean, I see it. The audience
can-
hasn't seen it.
It can literally fit on this desk.
Dude, it was so cute. It was parked in front of the mailbox, and I'm like, oh, it's as wide as my mailbox.
Pretty much. Like I can park sideways in a parking spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, You know what? If I had like 6 of those, I could actually park them in the driveway. Because
Yeah.
right now, I can only park 2 cars, even though I got a 4-car driveway. Because the stupid HOA in the city are
They won't let you park over the sidewalk?
not over the sidewalk.
That's really stupid.
And what's even more stupid about that is if my wheels aren't touching the sidewalk, but my truck is overhanging, they don't get mad about that.
Oh.
It's if the wheels or whatever is touching or the front end of the car is touching. But if your bed of your truck goes past it or whatever, they don't. I'm like,
That's
y'all are
really
just,
dumb.
y'all have the dumbest laws.
The whole point of it is for people to be able to cross. So if
Right.
something's overhanging or if the wheel's there, what the fuck does it matter?
And I told them I live on a cul-de-sac, so like let them go around the fucking car. There's a whole gigantic street.
I literally parked in the 2 feet in front of the mailbox.
Yeah, she literally did. That's why it was so funny. I look out and I'm like, oh, isn't that the cutest little thing? I can't wait. I gotta check this car out after the show because I think I've ever seen one actually
It's
in
bigger
person.
on the inside. Literally.
No, I mean that'd be a great car for like downtown Dallas and shit. Not have to worry, and you can just park straight into a spot instead of having to like parallel park.
Yeah. It's super great for stuff like that. Like I think we took it to Austin and it's so small that this was
That
my
the wind
adventure.
blows and it blows off the road.
Basically. But it has a tiny little windshield and a tiny little like dash on top, and like the parking pass went into it's like the engine. The front is like a trunk. So
They call that a frunk.
a frunk. So
Front trunk. Yeah.
we ended up getting towed because of that.
So what happened?
We got an Airbnb that somehow we had to have some stupid parking pass.
Oh, got you. You had to like
and
start
the parking
permit.
pass.
Right.
Well, we came home,
Uh-huh.
or we went to the Airbnb, and then we went around Austin on those little scooters,
Uh-huh.
and then we didn't notice that the parking pass had like
Oh,
fallen into the front.
Oh, I
to
got
the
you.
front. Yeah,
The frunk.
yeah, and they towed.
So like it literally goes from the dash down into the frunk? Oh, wow.
And the only thing that is in there is like washer fluid. That's all that fits is the little washer fluid compartment.
Wow. I've had something similar like that happen. So I was like, I just use tape. Just tape it to the windshield.
See, that's a good idea, but we weren't thinking. We didn't think about that.
Oh,
We just
man.
wanted to go get drunk and ride around Austin on scooters.
Hell yeah, who doesn't?
It's a good time. It sounds like a good show to do.
Hell yeah. When did you go down to Austin?
Right before COVID last year for my birthday in March, beginning of March.
No, okay, cool. Well, good. You got to at least experience it before COVID hit.
Yeah.
'Cause, I haven't been to Austin in a long time. Been wanting to go, but yeah, with the whole COVID and everything, it's like,
We've just been going everywhere anyways. I know that's probably not the most popular opinion, but my daughter, who is 19, moved out last year at the end of the school year, a couple months after. And so I used to take her on road trips all over Texas. Like we've been all over Texas. And but I never got to do anything as an adult, like go out drinking on you know, at Schlitterbahn or tubing or what have you. Like I always had to mind my P's and Q's because she was my kid and I didn't want anybody to die. So
And she your only kid or?
yes, she's
Okay.
my only kid. So I've been reliving all of these road trips in my own way. So we went to Austin. Austin was like her favorite place to go. And we would just walk up and down Congress. And we mainly went to places for like food and things to do.
Right.
And so I'd never been to 6th Street in the 6 years that I've been taking her on all these road trips. So we went to 6th Street and
Yeah, see, I traveled most of the world by the time I was 18, which was obviously before the drinking age and before
Yeah.
the age of actually enjoying. So that's why I was like, I got to travel everywhere, yes, as a kid, but it's a different experience when you're older and you can drink and you can party and you can.
exactly. So we had planned on going to Schlitterbahn.
Uh-huh.
Sunday night we were going to take off, and then we'd have Monday and Tuesday and come back Wednesday. Well, apparently I didn't fucking check the calendar, and they're not open during the week until everybody's out of school in Texas. So.
Yeah, some of those theme parks and amusement parks are like that. Yeah, you got to, especially with this COVID shit. I've had to do that with everything. I was like, I'm like, well, I better check to make sure they're fucking open.
Yeah.
I mean, I called about, so my pool pump went out the other day, and I called this place that had like 5-star on Google, right? So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to call them. And then I call, leave voicemail, and I'm like, start looking at the Google, page, whatever. And I was like, well, let me see their hours. And it said Monday, closed. Tuesday, closed. Wednesday, every fucking day they're closed. I'm like, how do they have 5 stars, but yet they're closed? They're out of business. Like,
their
what the
friends
fuck?
left reviews.
I know. I'm like, but no, they had like 700 reviews or something.
Oh,
so that's why I was like, okay, this company is legit. Like, I'll trust them with my parts. Well,
Yeah.
fuck.
There's a lot of
Somebody
places,
should inform them. The COVID's over. Abbott got rid of it.
There's a lot of places in Denton that have like odd hours like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odd
But that
days
was the
they're
hardest
closed.
thing for me, too, because, like, everything shut down at, like, 7.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Walmart.
literally, I'd get out of work, and I'm like,
Walmart's closed at 8, and you
Yeah, I
roll
was
up
like-
to Walmart at 8:15, and they're like, yeah, we're closed. And I'm like,
yeah. I was like, bullshit.
yeah, you're fucking Walmart.
You're Walmart. You don't even have locks on your doors.
Kroger's open till midnight. Open the fucking door.
Yeah, and I just discovered that not too long ago. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, Kroger's been open all this fucking time? Son of a bitch. I should have been going there.
That's why I only go to Kroger.
Well, Kroger's such a hike for me. You probably, you got 2 Kroger's by you, right?
Yeah, I live right off of 288.
Oh, do you really?
Mm-hmm.
So right on 288 towards, like, Target and all that stuff, or left towards...
Pretty much I
Wingstop.
live almost across the street from the Denton County Jail. So during all of that free stuff, I was petrified. I was like, everybody's going to escape.
You're just going to have inmates all over your yard.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be like Prison Break or Orange is the New Black in my
Right.
yard.
Oh, my gosh. So luckily that didn't happen.
No, but the fire alarm did go off at like 3 a.m. one day, and
Uh-huh.
it sounded like The Purge, and I was literally scared for my life because I thought it was that.
Wow. Speaking of Purge, it was Halloween, and the neighbors next door, they decided to, I guess, wear the... Oops. Sorry. They decided to wear Purge masks.
Ooh.
And yeah, so Patrick is like petrified of that movie, and so he was talking to the neighbor, and their kids came out wearing the Purge mask, all lit up with LEDs, and he was like, "Okay, gotta go."
Why
walked
is
back
he
in
so
the house.
scared of just a mask?
He just that movie.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, Kim? I see that you're here. Oh, and you also said hi to Kayla, but not us. Rude.
That's fine. Phyllis says that's okay.
Okay, Phyllis. Everybody gets renamed on this show, so you've already been renamed. So congratulations.
Lovely. Thanks, Patrick.
His name is Sprouty. See,
Oh.
Everybody's got a stage name.
What
Or a
is
podcast
the
name.
story behind that?
So he used to work for Southwest Airlines, and then I guess they used to call him Sprouticus, Sprouty.
Oh.
Yeah. I call him Little Shit.
And what's your nickname then?
Mine is, according to Kayla, Boo Bear.
Boo Bear. Well, I'm not gonna call him that because that's a little strange.
That's okay. Kimberly says, hi, everybody but Devin. Thanks. Kayla says Devin is Boo Bear.
How about
well.
Pooh Bear?
Pooh Bear? No, I don't want to be Pooh. That's worse.
Precisely.
Precisely. So, going back to your industry, or do you want to talk about your daughter for a minute? 'Cause
Oh, jeez.
since you kind of touched on
Oh,
it,
jeez.
I feel like it's a good segue to talk about it and
This
get into it.
The whole reason I was invited to this show. So,
Yes, and I was like, I kept wanting her to like not tell me. I was like, no, save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast. I was like, this is good. This is
I
good.
feel like I tell like 1 million people a day though.
Do you?
So yeah.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you get like get tired of saying the same damn story over and over and over again.
you see so many people that it's literally the same. I've tried to switch it up by, normally we ask, do you have anything fun happening this weekend? What have you been doing this week? And now I'm like, are you having anything happening this summer? Like, what are you doing for fun this summer? I just try to change it, because if not, I just feel like I'm asking the same question 20 million times a day. But segue on that, we're going to try to guess my age. So before I tell my daughter's age.
You already said it.
Did I?
Yes. That's why do you think I said, do we want to talk about it now? Because remember I asked you, I said, how many kids do you have? And you said it's the only one.
Yeah.
And you said her age.
She's the only one. I'm kind of old. Almost as old as Devin.
As me.
But nobody ever believes me when I tell them. Yeah, I'm 38. I have a 19-year-old daughter, and up until the end of high school, she does not look how. How?
Kayla's daughter JC is almost 19. She'll be 19 in September.
I'm sorry.
So what was one of the first things you said to me? We were talking about like marriage and like kids and stuff. You're like,
it's a trap.
I said, nope.
Kids are a trap. Marriage is a trap. It's all really a trap. So my daughter, who was 19, we went through a lot just to get her through high school, because I don't believe you, Kayla.
She doesn't believe that you're going to be 41 next month.
No. You look like you're like 22. So
she loves you right now.
So getting her through high school, my daughter, I am the abrasive looking one, but I am probably the first one to cry during a fight. Her, on the other hand, she's about 5'8", 2 inches taller than me, 100 pounds soaking wet, always had like reasonable colored hair, the Instagram nails in nude colors and and all that stuff. So, but she's the one you should be afraid of. So we were just hoping that she would get through high school.
Why should you be afraid of her? Just because?
Oh, she can take down a linebacker. Like
all of her 100-pound.
Yes. So for some reason, she went through a lot with her father and stuff like that, and she had.
So did she take personality characteristics from you or from her father?
The anger comes from her father. I just have a big mouth. That's all.
So did she have angry big mouth?
Yes.
So she inherited both of those qualities?
Yes.
All right.
And then the feistiness. She's a fighter. She's scrappy. So
based on what you told me,
she's scrappy. Like, I have YouTube videos of her fighting. Like, this is my life. So
shit, you should have told me before the show. I would have downloaded them. We would have played them.
Next time.
There we go.
Next time. So we were just hoping that she was going to make it through high school, because for the most part, she was almost a loner. She had a few friends. She would just sit at home all day in her room, literally not move, and just sit there and be skinny the entire time. So we just wanted her to graduate high school. That's all I ever wanted.
Right.
So all of a sudden, she graduates high school, and then she's like, yeah, I'm going to move out. I'm going to college. I'm going to modeling school. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she went on and she did that. And obviously, after about 2 or 3 months, what do you run out of? Money.
Huh?
Money.
Oh, yeah.
Money. Mom has money. And that came about the time where we started getting stimulus checks and everything like that. And because she was 18 at the time, I got nothing for her, which makes no sense because she costs more than a baby would cost. But
damn right. Especially being female. We just talked about hair and nails. Holy shit.
Yes. So mom pays for her. Well, I do her hair, but mom pays for her nails. Mom pays for her iPhone. Mom pays for her phone bill. Mom pays for her car. Mom pays for her gas, insurance, all that, right?
Kimberly says, sounds like my daughter. 95 pounds soaking wet. I say she is like a pit bull trapped in a chihuahua's body.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, there's a reason why I had her on the show, guys, because I knew that y'all could relate. And I was like, this is perfect.
It's funny. We talked for 20 minutes about how shitty my daughter's attitude is.
Uh-huh.
So essentially, she was like, this
So the stimulus thing happened, right?
stimulus thing
And
happened.
she didn't get it, obviously, because of her age. And
No,
so-
but she was getting $1,200 a month in unemployment because she no longer worked at Cinemark for $7 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But she was getting like $1,200 every 2 weeks. That's not enough money.
Yeah.
That wasn't enough money. So the stimuluses came. She never really said anything until she left. And when she left, she was like, you stole my stimulus money. And I was like, you need to, yeah.
Never fighting words right there.
I was like, well, you stole my life. So we're even. But it just became a thing. And she kind of let it go because I showed her that, those first 2 stimuluses, anybody over the age of 16, 17, I don't know what the cutoff was, didn't get them. So
Yeah, I think it was 17.
yeah, she could have claimed them on her taxes,
Mm-hmm.
but
Which that brings up a whole nother story.
Mm-hmm.
When she went to go do her taxes.
yeah. So she was upset about that, but she got over it. And then when she went to go do her taxes, she put that she was head of household, right?
Which we as adults.
Because she's head of household, right? Because
She runs the house.
she runs the house.
The house is in her
Yeah.
name. All the bills are in her name. She's the head of the household.
And so because she thought she moved out in enough time, September, to claim herself as head of household, when she checked that somebody else claimed her, the government sent $2,000 to me immediately, and I got that money. So then I stole her money, and she no longer wants to speak to me. She blocked me on all social media. She blocked me on her phone, the one that I pay for, the one that I turned off after she blocked me. So yeah, it's a good time.
Jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
So how long ago was this that she blocked you?
October, November, something like that. November.
Of
It was-
2020?
Yes, it was right before we had to go to Florida.
So are you still blocked, or what happened? What transpired?
Oh, I made her pay off her phone and get her own line. I think she has the same number, and I'm probably still blocked, but my boyfriend is not.
So how does that work out exactly?
He tries to get her to talk and say things, but she's not ready. She's not ready to talk to her mother anymore.
She's not ready to admit she was wrong, is what that is.
Pretty much.
And that she screwed up.
Pretty much.
And that she cashed in checks that
She couldn't cash.
exactly.
Yeah,
Wrote
basically.
checks she couldn't cash, exactly.
I just think it's kind of funny because if she would have talked to me about going to the school, she pays $800 a month for the school.
Yeah, speaking of which, what happened? Let everybody know what happened as far as Instagram. Somebody reached out to her, right?
What do you mean?
Didn't somebody reach out to
Oh
her?
yeah. She
See, you're forgetting all these parts. I'm glad you told me earlier.
there was 2 incidences.
Oh, there's 2. All right, so y'all
So the first
brace
time,
yourselves for this.
the first time she was still living with me, and she got word of some guy that was helping people promote themselves and what have you, and he had 25 spots in this one class to teach you how to become Instagram famous and how to promote yourself and do all that stuff, and it's $1,900. $1,900. If you send him the $1,900 right now, in 6 weeks you start a class. In 6 weeks you start a class.
In 6 weeks, you ain't seeing your money.
Exactly. In 6 weeks that Instagram is deleted and you don't know who
Yep.
Big Joe was. So it
So did she do any research on this guy, or did
No,
she just
her-
take it at face value?
he was on live, and apparently because he's live, he's real.
Oh, okay.
And that means that his word is the Bible, and it was going to work out.
I used to know somebody that was believed that everything that was printed and published, in a publication was like the gospel. And I'm like,
It's just like everything
I'm
on
like,
the
I can
internet
go
is real.
make a book tomorrow if you want, and I can put all sorts of bullshit in there. It's still gonna be bullshit.
Pretty much.
Just because it's on paper doesn't make it legit.
I was going to say something really fucked up. Religion.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
There are no barriers here, no boundaries.
So she did that, and it took a lot of talking to Bank of America to try to get that back.
Did you ever finally get it back, or what?
Yes,
what ended up
she
happening?
did.
Oh, that's good.
She did, because my name was on her account, and we just wound up saying that it was something that she did that she wasn't supposed to do, or something.
Right, wasn't of legal age or
yeah.
whatever, too. Yeah.
But then,
Uh-huh.
so somebody else approached her about going to LA to do some music video. Of course, it's a music video in LA, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna fly her out there, and he's gonna have lunch with her, and he's gonna do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but they were talking. After all that happened, they were talking. And then less than 2 weeks later, I was like, what happened to that person in LA that was trustworthy and all this other stuff? And we quit talking. I found out he was bullshit. Of course you did. He just wanted to sext you or something. Like, that's the way it works.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people that contact you on Instagram for like legitimate business purposes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I posted some photos and stuff of, Willow, and it was like I had 20 different companies that were like, saying, oh, yeah, we want to work with you, blah, blah, blah. And actually one of them, out of all of them, like one of them actually sent me a legit contract with the website, and they actually gave me a promo code and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, this one's legit. Now, all the other probably 30, I was like, I'm not even going to waste my time. But yeah, there's so many scam companies out there on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I mean, hell, with our podcast, we get them coming in here all the time too. So
I can't tell you how many bullshit bikinis and whatever the fuck she's bought, because they want to promote her. They want to make her a brand ambassador. And God, I have pictures from 3 years ago when I was in hair school on my hair page, and I get messages about, we want you to be a brand ambassador. Just download this link, get 85% off of whatever you want to buy from us, and then you have to share our business, but you still have to pay for things. That's not the way it works.
yeah.
That's not the way the world works.
Hey, I should start doing that. Hey, man, you get 30% off our store. We're going to make you a brand ambassador. All you got to do is wear some of our shit.
But pay for it.
Well, yeah, but you got to pay for it, though.
Yeah.
We'll give you a discount.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's some kind of new marketing strategy.
Pretty much.
It's like, yeah, we'll give you a discount. I mean, it costs us 10 cents to make, but we'll give you 80% off.
Yeah.
Still making a fucking profit.
Exactly. So there was this, it was this ocean protection bullshit, and she bought a glass bottle. You know, the glass bottle, all the bottles that everybody saved the turtles and whatever. $50 for this bottle. It took like.
Did it fucking come with a genie?
No.
You just rub it and the fucking genie comes out and gives you 3 wishes? Like, what the?
It didn't even come with like a bag. It was just like
a bottle. Did it come with a lid or top? Anything?
Yes, it had a lid.
Okay, well, at least that's a start.
It just had a lid, and it
Was it made out of dead tortoises?
Likely. Likely story. So, yeah, she's paid for so much. There was all those little teeny bopper clothing stores online or whatever that have like really sickly looking girls on them in like tiny bikinis. She's been on like 3 or 4 of those.
Oh, that's terrible. I mean, she's probably on the dark web somewhere too.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I've always been pretty open with her about me and like what you should and shouldn't do in those instances.
Right. That was one of the things. So my cousin, she's been a model, and I think she's done some acting and stuff as well. But she was telling me all of these stories about all these elites and stuff in Hollywood. And we're talking like in the 90s. So this was way before you heard about Weinstein and all of these other big, huge moguls that basically, raped women and did all this sort of stuff because they had the power. And so she was telling me about all these stories, and I was just like, wow, like I can't believe that goes on in this industry. And then, 20 years later, you come to find out that everything that she was telling me, yeah, it was true. It was happening. Just nobody said it. It was like a unspoken word type thing. And so whenever I had my entertainment company, I said, I'm having cameras on at all times. I was like, any type of audio recorder, so like our computers and stuff, we're always rolling audio. And I was like, I had terabytes of storage and stuff, just because I was like, I'm never going to be in that situation where somebody said something happened that didn't. So I was like, fuck that.
That's like the dream, to have a recording. I wish I had that. Maybe I might still be married.
Oh, yeah? Why? What happened? Walk me through this.
Because men, they always, they forget. Y'all forget.
Well, we forget.
You forget that you said something or
No, that's true.
or
hey, y'all do too. God. The sad part is when I remember, like, of what somebody says, I not only remember it, but I remember exactly where they were. I remember if we were somewhere. I remember, like, the weird shit that I remember is, to the detail, is really fucking weird.
Kayla said facts. Yes. So I think
so tell me about the divorce. Tell me how it would have saved the divorce.
Oh, jeez. As I just told my ex-husband to get on and watch.
Oh, shit.
No, I feel like if a lot of things were different, maybe it would have been easier. So here's some things you probably didn't predict were going to be on your podcast today. So
bring it.
My last marriage, I discovered that we discovered together that we were poly. So I date multiple people at the same time. Now, in this day and age, I feel like places like Tinder and all of that stuff, it's like a merry-go-round. People get super excited and you go on 1 or 2 dates and then they see the next shiny thing on the merry-go-round and then they ghost you. And that's just the way it works now.
Welcome to dating and yeah,
it fucking sucks. Try dating multiple people. It's
that's multiple fucking headaches. That's what I tell Kayla all the time. It's like, why would I even bother? You know how much fucking headache it is dealing with one woman? Then you got to deal with 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck that. I ain't got time for that.
That's what my boyfriend would literally tell you.
So I'd rather have 1 headache or 5. I'm good with just 1. All right?
Listen,
1 headache is fucking plenty enough.
We're not all a headache all at the same time, you know?
No, you're fucking migraines.
all together.
I mean, just when one fucking headache's healing, then I go to the next one, and then, now I got another fucking headache. No, it's a horrible fucking situation.
But this is the way I explain it to people.
How
many times have you been cheated on, or have you been the cheater? For example,
all the above.
Exactly. How many?
See,
can you even count? You don't know.
Yeah.
But this is the way I see it. Women like attention. They may not be physical cheaters, but they are definitely emotional cheaters.
Apparently that microphone likes attention too.
Yes.
Smack that thing.
But
yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Squirrel.
So essentially,
Kayla says, "Oh, and men are rainbows and sunshine." Fucking right we are.
Men
y'all are tornadoes and hurricanes.
That's very true. If there's one thing in this world that I have that I will take with me to my grave is I don't lie, and women are fucking crazy.
Yes, they are.
We're insane.
Y'all are all crazy. This is what I've learned in life, and I need a T-shirt that says this: all women are crazy. It's just to what degree.
Yes.
You got some that are a little crazy, and you got some that are whoa shit crazy.
Yeah.
And then batshit crazy.
Pretty much. So
yeah, go ahead.
Women are emotional. Men are physical. Men are going to cheat more physically and not give a fuck about it. And women are going to cheat more emotionally. And even though it's not a physical thing, liars, yes.
Yes, I hate liars too.
I don't do the liars. And that's why I always tell the truth. So even if you don't like it. So with that being said, why stop yourself from having to put lies like that in your relationship? I just watched a Facebook video that said, okay, even if you're in a monogamous relationship, why are you going to lie about being attracted to somebody that's around you? Because if you have to lie about something as minuscule as that to somebody that you're in love with or in a relationship with, what else are you lying about? If it's just basic human nature to be attracted to whatever you're attracted to. You know, you don't lie about liking the dog. You don't lie about wanting to you don't lie about those things, so why not just say, "Oh yeah, she's pretty." It's not a big deal. It's the fact that you're having to feel like you hide it. Having to feel like you have to hide it. If you can't talk to them about simple things like that.
Sorry, Kim's comment. Kim says, always looking for that acceptable level of crazy.
What?
Just short of 911 having to be called. You know what? That's like being like an acceptable level of radiation. You're still fucking got radiation.
Listen, we drink Monster energy drinks and Red Bulls and eat all this fucking candy, so...
Shots.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, we're purposely trying to kill ourselves. Vaping and alcohol and everything else.
Pretty
yes.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to play with fucking fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on. Carry on. So polygamist and...
Not polygamist.
Oh, not polygamist.
Polyamory.
Polyamory, sorry, my
is
bad.
one male with all his females that don't interact. I think there's polyandry, that's one female and all her males that don't interact.
Gotcha.
What brings out the crazy in women? Lying.
That's right.
Lying.
And bad relationships, and y'all fucking using that as moving into the next relationship as baggage. That's what that's all about.
I would say probably the biggest thing that pisses me off is when it's something that makes zero sense to lie about. Like, cool, you want to go out with your friends, that's fine. Just tell me the truth about it.
Yeah.
But when I find out later that it wasn't just a guy's night, like their girlfriends were there, that's...
Yeah, then you're like, well, what the fuck? Yeah.
Like, okay, you didn't want me to go. That's fine. I don't want to be around you sometimes too.
Just tell me.
Just tell me. Don't let me find out later. Like my first husband, who may or may not be on right now, the thing that used to piss me off the most, he would get sick and I would be like, hey, I bought you medicine, could you please fucking take it? I'm tired of you. Men are babies when they're sick. Tired of you.
Hey, you better watch yourself.
Tired of you bitching. Just take the fucking medicine. I'm going to work, and when I come home, I don't want to take care of you anymore. And so he would be like, yeah, I took the medicine. And I'd go home and the package would be unopened. And it's just like, why lie about something that fucking dumb? It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It really
This is what they call little white lies.
Yeah.
Those lies don't hurt anybody.
Oh.
That's the cop out.
They make me want to hurt somebody.
A lie's a lie in my book.
Pretty much.
And that's kind of one of those things. It's like, you know, somebody that gets caught, you know, lying or doing something deceitful. It's like, okay, yeah, you got caught that one time, but how many other times did you not get caught? You know, that's kind of my whole philosophy and stuff when it comes to business and relationships as well. It's like, okay, yeah, you got busted cheating or whatever this one time, but how many other times were you doing it? Yeah.
And it's because of that I found that whole like poly aspect of it, because I don't think that you should lie. If you care about somebody, why should you lie? You think that the little baby's cute. You think the dog is cute. You want to pet the dog. Why are you going to lie about another human? Whatever sex it is that you're attracted to or what have you. Why are you going to lie about, oh yeah, that...
Yeah, but being attracted to something and then acting on it, that's two different things.
Exactly.
I mean, I could be attracted to a dog, but I ain't going to hump it.
But you're going to pet it.
I will pet it.
Yeah.
But I'll
pet that dog.
Pet that dog. Oh my God. Our friend Amber showed us that video. I was like, what the fuck?
That's literally me. I got a dog so I could go to the dog park and pet the other dogs.
Kim says, if they lie about the petty stuff, yeah, it's a pattern of behavior. Exactly. They're just laying down the groundwork to lie about bigger shit.
Exactly. So, and that comes into play. Well, yeah, I don't want my girlfriend to be insecure. Well, what are you doing to make her insecure?
Breathing.
So
living, breathing, inhaling, and exhaling.
Mm-hmm. But if you take all those jealousy and insecurities and bring them out into the light and talk about them with your partner or whoever you feel comfortable talking.
But what if they can't admit that they even have those insecurities and those?
But you know you do. And if you can't admit it, that's a whole nother...
Yeah, that's like the first step, right?
Mm-hmm.
Admitting that you have a problem. But the problem is those people don't admit that they fucking have a problem.
Exactly.
Those are the people that have the problem and the ones that say they don't have a fucking problem. Oh. Okay, let's make faces over here. What did you say?
Showing other women attention in front of your woman is a snake.
Ooh.
How is that snaky, though?
Yeah, well, define showing attention, like saying hi or fucking humping their leg. I mean, that's fucking different. I mean, especially if it's somebody you hadn't seen in like 10 years and you see your girlfriend or significant other or whatever, boyfriend, you see them on a daily and then you haven't seen somebody in years. Yeah, you're going to be excited to see them because you haven't fucking seen them in years.
Exactly.
So
see, here's where we're gonna differ.
What's that?
My daughter is exactly like this.
Like what?
It's respect.
So it's not insecure, it's about respect. So how is it disrespectful?
The way my daughter would have worded it is that in order to speak to her boyfriend, you have to acknowledge her first. But if I don't know you, why am I going to acknowledge you?
Right.
And if you and your partner have that big of an issue where them hugging somebody, saying hello, being excited to see them, what have you, is that big of an issue, you have way more things to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that is crazy. Yeah. I'm not a normal girlfriend. I literally, if my boyfriend was on, I literally begged him to date people, please. Please go out and date people.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain to Kayla. I was like, I've had females living in this room right here. Mm-hmm. A female used to live in this fucking room when her and I broke up, and we never did anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I can't wrap my fucking head around it, because I'm like, you should be the most secure fucking person on this planet because, hello, I had the opportunity and I had somebody living in my fucking house that was a female.
Yeah.
That, oh, by the way, may or may not have danced. So, that being said, and I still behaved.
Matt's watching. He's watching.
Oh, is he?
Matthew, go on a date, please. He's not the most talkative, so I had to ask him out. He has no game.
So how did that work out? Like, tell me this whole, walk me through this scenario.
So we met on Tinder.
Oh, really?
We met on Tinder.
Look at that, Kayla.
Cute. Did y'all meet on Tinder?
May or may not have.
Oh, I'm not embarrassed to say I met anybody on Tinder. But at the time I was married to my previous husband, and we met on Tinder. And it was pretty funny because apparently, I don't know if any of y'all, Bean said he'll take him on a date. Bean is Cody's boyfriend, and they're our neighbors, so that's pretty funny. But if you've ever been to Denton, we were meeting at LSA that night.
Oh, yeah.
And so at LSA, there's like stairs going up, and I was waiting under the stairs because it was humid and I think it may have been rainy or whatever. But he was hiding at that comic book shop in the doorway for like 20 minutes. And he was contemplating whether he was going to come or not. So
is he like one of these like antisocial type people? Or is he introvert, extrovert?
I want to say yes, but no, because he rents boats out. So he's a party captain while he's on the boat. He'll talk to people. He can make you have like the best time of your life.
So let me get that. So that almost sounds like a control thing because he can control that environment. But in what you're talking about,
I'd never thought about it like that.
He doesn't have any control of the situation. So that sounds like it's a control thing.
Yeah.
Because he can
makes
control
total
the
sense.
environment with the boats and everything else because he's the captain. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, makes total sense. I never even thought about
And this
that.
will be your Dr. Phil moment. Oh, yeah. Kayla said, we weren't supposed to be serious. It happened. I was out of a 15-year marriage. Then almost 3 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night that I met Matt, the next day, me and my husband split. So there's your story. And then I told Matt I'm needy as fuck.
You gave him the warning?
I did, and he's like, I love needy bitches. And I'm like,
So you say you're needy. What does that entail? What do you
I
mean?
just like a lot of attention. I think that's what a lot of women are lacking, and why they may or may not just float in and out of relationships, or
What kind of attention?
like all kinds of attention. I just want to be complimented. I want to constantly receive text messages. I want attention.
Well, the reason why I say that because there's good attention and there's bad attention.
What's bad attention?
Bad attention. You have people following you and stalking you.
Oh yeah, that's why I have a
bad.
gun.
Oh, there you go.
See, we like to feel like we matter. Even
see.
here's the thing. After 3 years, after 10 years, I believe the 7-year itch is a legit thing. After that long, what you feel normal and comfortable and complacent, and do you feel like your spouse is still like super gung-ho about like running after you and dating you? And I want.
They're like, oh, it's you again.
Yeah. Like, oh, we just go home and we sit on the couch and we watch TV and that's our life and we're both happy with it. No, fuck that. I'm not happy.
So how do you change it? How do you fix that?
You date other people. You date other people. And
So that way you appreciate the other one better because
Exactly.
you're dating other people.
and different people bring different aspects of
Maybe that's why I have
life.
3 vehicles because I'm like, I
You
can't
get
just have.
tired of driving
I
that
get
one.
tired of. I mean, you got 600-700 horsepower. That's great, but sometimes you want to pull some shit and you want to go mudding. So then you gotta have a vehicle for that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you just want to top down cruise, whatever. You got a fucking car for that.
Sometimes you want the crazy pink-haired one, and sometimes you want the, I don't know, hippie blonde lady.
There you go.
Yeah. Devin,
Don't you get any ideas? I think she's onto something. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. So, on an unrelated note, I am pursuing other life. Kim says, hold on. I'm the opposite. Leave me alone. I'm busy. I'll let you know when I have time for a movie.
See, Matt is just like that. Matt is happy and content in his own little fucking world at home. The dog gets more attention than I do. And like, I don't want that life. I want to be able to go out and, I don't know, be shown off.
Kayla, it was a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. Calm down. Oh, you want to be shown off like a little trophy? Oh, look. Oh.
Look at me. It's not necessarily just being shown off. It's the pursuit. I strongly believe in new relationship energy. New relationship energy can breathe life back into a relationship that's old. So that new relationship energy that you have with somebody else, you come home and it doesn't just turn off. It goes and kind of breathes life into whatever you have going on at home too. And a lot of people mistake being poly for just wanting to go out and sleep around or what have you. But I haven't slept with anybody aside from Matt and my previous husband in the last 3 years. So it's not me going out and doing all this crazy stuff, but...
Well, no, that's a good point that you brought up because it's not necessarily people... Once they hear that, they think you just want to go
Oh, yeah.
be a slut and go,
I
go
can
fuck
tell
everybody.
You some terrible Tinder first date stories.
Oh, yeah? Do tell.
Oh,
We got time.
So this was when before my last husband, in the interim between my first and my second. So I went on kind of like a Tinder dating spree, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I thought it was okay to bring these people home. Not the best of ideas. I've literally had a guy kiss me and come his pants, drop trow and leave. Yes.
Wow.
These things happen. And I can send you the name of this guy because he is.
See, and this is I love hearing these horror stories because then I'm like, no wonder us normal fucking guys have it so bad because all these fucktards out there, guys that ruin it. And then these girls come in going, oh, God, what, this guy's going to send me another dick pic or some other shit.
I save my dick pics.
Do you have a dick pic collage?
I do. I keep all the best ones and I show them to everybody I post.
Oh, my God. Is it like show and tell?
Yes. So I had the cum guy.
Uh-huh.
Surprisingly, his name is Devin as well.
Oh, it wasn't me.
It wasn't.
For the record.
No. He lives in Denton. And it's funny because he does indie films and stuff, so it's kind of related there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had one that actually drugged me and robbed my house,
Wow.
which is a little kind of dark, but I just think it's funny at this point. It's been about 4 years, so I've had that. I can't count on one hand how many times on the first date. It was either before or after getting food or what have you. I don't know what it is. Men stick their hands down our pants.
What?
What exactly? Why? I drove to Oklahoma on a whim to meet up with a guy that I'd been talking to for like 2 months. And literally, within the first 5 minutes of us meeting, his hand was on the backside of my pants, trying to insert things. And I'm just like,
wow.
I did not drive 2.5 hours.
Damn. The fact that you drove 2.5 hours, I'm like, that's more
We
than
got
I would
along really well. And that's the thing for me. And that's why I asked my current boyfriend out so quickly is you can text somebody for months and months and months.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying. Like,
and then you meet them and you're just like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I can't stand the way your mannerisms are. I don't like the way you hold yourself. So I'm just like, let's meet, get it over with, and we'll go from there. Because texting is nothing.
Yeah, and I can't stand text and relationships via text and all that shit. That's just.
I've actually.
What's up, Ryan? Ryan, we were actually just talking, Kayla and I, because I asked her about, did you say something about Ryan being asleep or something? Because I completely forgot about it. So sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
So yeah, Ryan gets to pay back Kayla now. He's awake. So on a side note, Ryan and I, we were talking earlier, and I was like, my sleep has always been fucked up. Like, I hardly ever go to sleep. And then when I do, it's like oftentimes don't ever fall asleep. And so I was like, we were talking about like mine got all screwed up from like college and stuff. So like all the years of studying and shit like that and never sleeping. And plus I was, I ran a business as well while I was in college. I say business, but side hustle. It was legal. Kind of.
Okay.
It was legal at the time.
It was legal at the time.
Right. So what it was, so I had a CD burner, right? So I created
I was thinking far.
No, I know. That's why I was like, I'm going to bring it back down. So everybody out there's mind can calm down. Yeah, so I had a CD burner, and I used to have people, I gave access to my computer, which I had hundreds of thousands of songs or whatever, and they also had access to my DVD CD burner, so they could literally make their own playlist and then drag it to the CD burner, and then as long as there was a CD in there, they'd burn their own CDs, and I'd label it for them, whatever, and then they'd come by, give me $8. I made over $800 a week just by doing
wow.
it. And I didn't do shit. I had them doing all the work. All I had to do is put the CD in there.
Oh, wow. That's legit, though.
And it was funny. So, like, I became the big man on campus because word got around that, oh, dude, this guy's got all these files. Like, this guy's got all this music. Like, oh, yeah, if you want to, like, watch any movies or if you want to listen to any music, this guy, like. And then so, I was able to, like, people come to me, hey, bro, can you hook me up with, like we were doing an underground drug deal or some shit, but it was just CDs, you know what I mean?
Was this in like the LimeWire times?
Yes, it was the Napster LimeWire times. So funny story about that. So I had, and I was telling Kayla about this the other day, I had Metallica and Ice Cube both try to sue me.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember when they were trying to go after everybody and they were like, we're going to go after, $250,000, I think was the fine or something like that.
Yeah.
So they both tried to go after me, and luckily I won the both of the litigation because my Jeep had gotten broken into, and I had a list of every single CD and every single album that was stolen.
Yeah.
So I was able to prove to them,
I bought it.
Bought it, bitch. And they dropped the lawsuit, and I won. So I was like, thank God I had the records from that insurance claim. I think it was like almost $3,000 worth of CDs that were stolen.
Oh, wow.
Because you remember back in the day, they were like $15 a CD.
Yeah.
They were expensive.
20, 15.
Yeah, $15, $20 a CD,
Yeah,
and I had like
they were-
$200, $300.
Good CDs were like $27, $30 even sometimes.
Yeah, and I had some hard to get albums and stuff there too. But luckily, I had, once I bought those albums and stuff back, I had burned them all to digital because I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna have this happen again where somebody steals my CDs and I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I figured I'll might as well make some money off of doing this, and so I did.
That's a good semi-legit way to make money.
So in a roundabout way, Ryan.
I was thinking like feet pics or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, way back then. Now,
Mm-hmm.
do you imagine the cameras would fucking suck?
So what other questions? He said he had a list of questions.
I
for me.
do, but then we went on this whole relationship thing, and that was pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
There's a lot to be said about all that.
All right, so this is going to be a 3-part question.
Okay.
What do you wish you had known before you became a stylist?
I wish I had known to go to barber school. That's hard. I wish I knew. I don't even know. Like, I wish I knew that I hated women's hair. Like,
Well, no, that's actually a very good, because you wouldn't have wasted your time. You would have
Yeah.
gone to,
well, no, I think that it's still, even if you want to be a barber, I do say go to cosmetology school first, because there is a barber crossover course, but there's not a cosmetology crossover course. And
Gotcha.
cosmetology is kind of like a blanket for anything you want to do. You want to wax, you want to
Oh,
you want to
okay.
do makeup, you want to do aesthetics, you want to do facials, you want to do all of that. You can do it. But the main difference is in barber school, you learn more men's stuff. In cosmetology school, I think I did maybe 3 men's haircuts in 2 years. I did nighttime, so it took a little bit longer. But when a man walked into cosmetology school to get cut, we all hid. Like, we were deathly afraid.
To me, that'd be like the easiest one. I'm like, okay, one and done, bye.
Well, they never taught us. Like, they gave us all the tools to do it, but they never really taught us, except for on mannequins. And mannequin hair is terrible. It's like one plug for.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah, I've seen those.
So anytime you try to fade on a mannequin, it just looks like garbage.
Yeah,
It looks like
ugh.
Angelica's doll on Rugrats.
Yeah, I saw that you've done fades and stuff, right?
Yes.
I
guess
saw on
have.
your Instagram or whatever.
That Instagram is really old.
That one, the pink or something. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't keep up with it, because with as many haircuts as I do every day, I don't have the time to take pictures like that anymore. Especially recently after that freeze,
Yeah.
it's been like I do 2 to 3 people an hour, 4 sometimes, just depending on the cut. So it's too much. It's
Right.
too much. to
Like,
take
hold on,
stuff.
I'm gonna take some pictures.
Well, I do take pictures of some, like the mullets and stuff like that, but not the run of the mill one on the side,
Yeah.
finger length on top haircuts.
Hey, you talking about me? I was like, where's my photo? Damn it. I'm just
Listen.
kidding.
We're gonna give you
I don't want to break the camera.
a faux hawk mullet combo of some kind that
Hell
we'll
yeah.
be okay with.
It looks like I'm going to have to grow my hair out again.
A little bit.
All right, so the same question, but what do you wish you had known before you became a parent? See, I'm going to relate everything that we talked about. I'm going to relate it all in this same question, but rephrased it.
I think this is probably a major one, especially for people that have kids younger. I had my daughter when I was 19-ish. It's been a long time. I forget my age.
Let's
half
do
the
some
time.
math.
She was born in 2001.
Uh-huh.
I was born in 83. Somebody can do the math out there. I was like 17 to 19, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Be more of an authority figure in their life instead of more of a friend.
Yeah, I see that a lot. Is parents try to be their friend versus being a parent.
It's one of those things that like I tried so hard to give her everything that I didn't have, and I'm not saying that I didn't grow up. I grew up really well. Like I wasn't like wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
but I had everything that I ever wanted, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? I never went without anything or what have you, but my first cell phone I bought myself. Like I worked from the age of 15, you know, so I got taught how to be a good employee, how to have that work ethic. And we were talking about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, on the other hand, because she had it so easy, for her, she saw me working. I worked 365 days a year when I had my own business. We were there on Christmas feeding people. That's what we did. And funny enough, it was those days, Thanksgiving, Christmas, what have you, that we were the busiest because we were the only vape shop open.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people need shit like alcohol and nicotine to do with their families, you know?
You know, it's funny about the vape thing. I actually had a company reach out to me about 6 or 7 years ago, and I still remember the name of the company. It was called Smooth Apparatus.
Okay.
You know, kind of like
That
Smooth
sounds-
Operator. So they were
Sounds
playing.
really Chinese.
But it was a vape shop. But what his goal is he had, and this was 6 years ago. Mind you, I'm going to remind you that for this part right here.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to convert all of the vape shops into dispensaries, marijuana dispensaries, once it got legalized in Texas.
I agree wholeheartedly.
But it's been 6 years, and that's why I declined to work with him, because it was a partnership opportunity, and I could have owned part of the business. But I knew the chances of marijuana being passed in Texas are fucking slim to nil. Look at the chances of gambling. Perfect example.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally missing out on billions of dollars. And if you look, go around the borders, go to Oklahoma, go to Choctaw.
Louisiana?
Go to Choctaw, go to WinStar, and I guarantee you 80% of those license plates say Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, perfect example. You go to any of those casinos, I'd say probably about 40%, 30 to 40% are going to be Texas license plates.
So many people from like Denton,
Mm-hmm.
where I live a little bit north of where we are,
Mm-hmm.
all the way up to like Azle, Gainesville, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not drive 30 minutes to work? We fucking do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes right up the highway to make twice as much as you would make at the local whatever that you're working at currently.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
Well, and that's what I was saying is, Texas, as far as their legislation and stuff like that, is, even though they know they're missing out on millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, they're still never going to have casinos.
Abbott's a retard. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I do agree with you, but the only thing he's doing that's, I feel, kind of right is the whole carry. You heard about the Second Amendment? Texas.
That we can open carry.
Yes.
No CCL. Yeah,
Right.
that's cool, but
And you don't necessarily have to open. You can conceal too. That's what
Mhm.
some people don't realize is like you don't have to have it exposed. You can also conceal it, which I would ideally conceal it versus being exposed to be open with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
'Cause you
but at the
put a
same
target on
time,
your back.
how many people do you know personally that need to be carrying guns around?
Well, I mean, with all the
My
shit
friends.
going on, all the shit going on, we all need to.
Yeah. But I mean, I have guns and I don't carry them around or anything like that, and I probably should, considering there's a lot of like trafficking and shit like that going on.
There is, and Texas is actually one of the highest states for human trafficking in the world.
Being in the beauty industry, that's something that you see. Pay attention in every hair salon, nail salon, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
We legally have to post all of the hotlines for all of that shit, because what do you do with, let's say you pick up a 13-year-old girl and you're gonna traffic her to whatever for whatever reason. What's the first thing you're gonna do? Get her cleaned up, cut her hair, do her nails, pedicure, what have you.
That's interesting you say that. So yeah, go ahead, continue.
And we have to post that, and we have to
post that. What do you mean post it? It
has to be posted,
like
visible
visibly
in the front. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I've never noticed it.
And if we go through like what we have to do
to
protect these people.
Who told you what to look for? Like, is there an organization that's? How does that work?
I think that there should be. Because I feel like if we knew better what to look for, we might be able. There's been some times that I just see, like it doesn't look like Grandpa is bringing in his little girl, or his granddaughter or whatever. It just looks like a really strange partnership, and you just don't know what to do.
I agree. So to give you a kind of a heads up and a background. So when I worked for AT&T DirecTV, I was in the process of developing something that I talked about on the last podcast. Well, in meeting with the actual owner, Moyes, he owns Moyes Technologies, I think it is. He's based out of Frisco. Anyway, as I was meeting him, he's like, hey, I really want you, because I was actually doing a film on human trafficking. Mm-hmm. And so these were real stories that were from the FBI, Homeland Security, that sort of thing, that were obviously, recreated and kind of to tell what was going to happen. First season was basically talking about the human trafficking, how big of a problem it is, and how much money it is, and that sort of stuff. Then the second season was basically going to talk about what they do with the human trafficking people once they're done with them, as far as their
if they're alive,
organ harvesting. That was the second season, and then the third season was basically how to stop it. So it's going to be the financial aspect of it. So in doing so, when I was meeting with Moyes and I was working for AT&T DirecTV, he's like, I really want you to meet one of the clients that I have. I just did a pro bono website for them, and she is the CEO of a company called It's Going to Be Okay, which is a human trafficking organization, and the owner herself, the CEO of the company, was actually human trafficked. Yeah. And so she, and we met with Jada Pickett. Her daughter Willow, I think, actually was one of the ones that started a human trafficking organization as well. So we met with her. We met with a whole bunch of people, and it was just really interesting because we actually went all the way up the ladder as far as the politics are concerned. We went to we have Homeland Security, we had FBI, we had all that sort of stuff, but we went even higher as far as the political. We went to Ken Paxton and Ken Paxton's people, and I think we even dealt with Abbott's people. To basically what it is they wanted to allocate funding for perfect example. One is the healthcare, is to properly educate what to look for and how to properly handle it. Two, which I didn't even think of until you just mentioned it, is with health and beauty and wellness and that sort of stuff, getting the haircut, like that be perfect. The third thing is like stadiums and that sort of stuff, because actually there's been a lot that actually are taken from large sporting events and stuff. And then obviously like malls and that sort of stuff. So they wanted,
bars.
Well, I don't know of any kids going to bars, but
not kids. I mean, even just because they're
Stonebriar Mall was actually one of the highest. Yeah, so it's like malls are really big. The problem is nobody's been educated, and that's why I was asking those questions, because I was like, where is the education? Who is the one that's educating these people? And especially like in the healthcare industry, because there's some sketchy people that are, oh yeah, that's my daughter or whatever. You know what I mean?
This last season on Grey's Anatomy actually had something like that happen. That a guy died because he said that this little girl does not belong to this person. They keep bringing her in here, and he went and followed her on his own time and got stabbed and killed.
Yeah.
Because of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's an opportunity that something that hasn't been done that I would love to see something happen, and that reminds me that I need to reach out to figure out what all happened, because they were supposed to allocate. So they wanted me, because I was in telecom. They wanted me to handle the telecom side of things. Then they wanted to have a representative for the healthcare to represent the healthcare, to educate all the healthcare people, and then they wanted somebody in each field to basically educate their people that work with them and stuff like that. So that way, kind of devise a plan and actually have a call to action and actually have something that we can do and not have to worry about getting killed in the process.
For sure.
Yeah, because these people don't fuck around. They have people.
No, because those kids or whatever, and when I say kids, because it's both male and female, there's no way to tell, like.
Kimberly says human trafficking globally generates an estimated 150 billion a year. Yeah, I have all the files and statistics and stuff on that. It's creepy, and the more you investigate, like I did, the more fucked up you find the world is, and the stuff that I've stumbled upon, I can't unsee. This world is fucked up. It's really fucked up.
It is.
And then there's even movies in Hollywood. Was it Doctor Strange? That it's like literally it's hidden in fucking plain sight. Mm-hmm. Literally the whole fucking movie is, but it's hidden ulterior meanings, and it's like.
I think this is a little like sidestep from it, but if anybody's seen the show You on Netflix. You can. Oh my God. Okay, so You is about a guy who pretty much stalks a woman that he ran into at a bookstore that he worked at or something like that, and it's all the different ways that he keeps tabs on her, and what's scary about it is it's all very easily and readily available, just from like a smartphone.
Yeah.
Like you don't. He's in her house. While she's in her house doing other things. If you've seen that show, like I tried to show that to my daughter as a kind of like a wake-up call. Like, hey, you're talking to all these people on Instagram, and they know your real name. They know what you look like. They know whereabout you live. And you're just readily giving all this information out. And they can be watching you right outside our window. And you have no idea. And it's so easy this day and age for people to find you according to like locations on pictures and
exactly. And I've actually reached out to companies to let them know, hey, you need to turn off your geolocation on your photos and stuff, because I know exactly where you're manufacturing and where you're doing whatever you're doing. Vodka company, they actually were posting photos and it was being made in like their house. And all I had to do was look up their geolocation, and I was able to figure out the exact address and figure out, dude, they're fucking making this shit in their house. I was like, what the fuck? Bathtub vodka, baby. From Florida. So I told the guys, like, hey, man, if you're going to do advertising, marketing your vodka, and you're going to do it online, just make sure you turn that geolocation off so people don't figure out that it's being made in your house, in your bathtub.
That's disgusting.
Cody, I had to have this talk with my son. Kids are so trusting of strangers.
They are. So
yeah, and that's kind of one of the other reasons why I wanted you on the show, because I know that, based on what you told me, I was like, this could help a lot of people. But yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
So Cody has an 8-year-old
okay.
boy who if you go into my apartment complex, you will probably readily see running around on a bike or what have you, and talks to everybody. He's just a super friendly kid. And I feel like when I was growing up, that may have been okay, but not so much anymore. Like you can't.
So let's talk about that. What are things you used to do when you were a kid that you definitely would not do now?
I used to run away at 3 a.m. to the park, like in my apartment complex, and even then I was scared to death because.
What age were you?
6, 7, 8 maybe. Before I moved to Brazil when I was 10.
Wait, you lived in Brazil?
Yes.
What the hell? Why are you holding this information from me?
So my family.
How long did you live there?
4 years.
4 years,
live
okay.
from my family is from Brazil.
Oh, they really?
It's only me, my mom, and my daughter here. I have siblings in Brazil who are probably
Whereabouts in Brazil?
São Paulo.
Okay, yeah.
So I have dual citizenship.
So my territory was South America, so I'm very familiar with Brazil. And Brazil is one of my territories, and it was also my data scientist. Man, we talked on the regular. Kayla can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I was literally at her daughter's function, and I'm sitting here fucking messaging this dude in Brazil.
So did you learn Portuguese or no?
Hell no. I'm still struggling with Spanish, and I took 3 years in fucking college.
It's hard.
It is. In fact, I actually bought the, was it Rosetta Stone?
Duolingo is free, and it's way better.
Well, so I got the Rosetta Stone, but I got the unlimited, what is it? Language pack. There, Jesus, I can't remember the word fucking language. So yeah, so I could speak Portuguese, German, and I want to learn as many as I can. I have a buddy who he actually knows 9 languages, and I'm like, and this guy, man, he was just brilliant, super smart, and he actually worked for Microsoft. He was on a H1 visa or whatever, work visa, and then it expired, and they didn't renew, and he was kind of fucking stuck here. And then he had to go back, and he couldn't go back to Colombia, and so he ended up in Germany. Oh, dude, it was like a big fucking nightmare.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, and this dude speaks 9 fucking languages. I'm like, dude, anybody that Microsoft should have fucking been all over that.
There are people here that are native Texans or native Americans that are.
Do you speak Portuguese?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Portuguese,
awesome.
Spanish. I understand French and Italian.
Damn, look at you.
I can't speak a sentence in French and Italian, but I can understand what you're saying to me.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Spanish. All these years. I can understand what the hell you're saying, but I can't say shit back to you.
Exactly.
I can Google Translate that, though.
But we live in Texas. I mean, you kind of have to know a little bit of Spanish.
I just know, like,
you go.
restaurant Spanish.
Yeah, I mean that's almost English, right?
Yeah, it's mostly cuss words. That's how you get shit done.
See, and that's the funny thing. I was taught Portuguese in school, so I have all these friends that I was in school with for all that time. That obviously at the time they didn't really know a whole lot of slang or curse words or what have you, and now they're trying to talk to me in all this slang, and I only know proper Portuguese. I don't know, so I have to ask. And Duolingo is better, see?
Ryan says, I know English.
And crazy.
Yes, can you translate English to English for me?
But even in English, there's so many different dialects, like the Cajuns in Louisiana. Like,
them fucking Cajuns.
Who fucking understands them?
Kayla. Kayla does. She's Cajun. She's from Louisiana.
See, we're going to Shreveport, so give me ideas. We're going to Shreveport on Sunday.
She says, I know Cajun English.
Listen.
So does that constitute as another language?
Yes, I would say so, because it's like half French. So,
Kim, I want to know which languages. You said you're 4 languages fluent, and I'll have to check out the Duolingo. You said it's all free, Duolingo?
It's free. I think there's like...
Why the hell did I pay all this money for fucking Rosetta if it's free?
That's too north? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. But, so...
She's down in the swamp.
Funny story. We were just... we decided we were going to go to Shreveport because on the way back from Florida, we stopped at this place called the Blind Tiger, and we ate there. And let me just tell you, I don't like spicy food. I fucking hate it. Black pepper is too spicy for me.
You're in the wrong state, girl.
I am. So
I put spice on my spice.
Matt does too. So we stopped at the Blind Tiger, and he had gumbo, and I had boudin balls. And I'm like, I'm going to eat these fucking things if it's the last thing that I do.
Andy, she said balls.
I said balls. I put the balls in my mouth.
She put the balls in her mouth. You heard it here first.
And these things were fucking nuts. They were so good. So we had originally intended to go to Schlitterbahn with Cody and her family and stuff. And Schlitterbahn isn't open until all the kids get out of school, apparently. So we had to figure out something else to do. So I'm like, let's go eat in Louisiana and get drunk in the streets, and because you can.
Hell
do that
yeah!
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we just decided to do.
That's
I'm
awesome.
just living it up before I hit 40.
Yeah, Kayla's from actually Houma, Louisiana.
So I was just gonna talk about that. So
Yeah?
swamp people.
Kayla, she just called you swamp people.
Swamp people. No.
Uh-huh.
The accents on swamp people. I don't.
Oh my God, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Those motherfuckers are ugly. But that accent though, like, shoot him. Like, I can't. I just can't. I just like accents. I guess.
I do too. I've traveled, the world. I've heard my fair share of accents. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Louisiana one.
I like the Louisiana one. Louisiana, South Africa, British, Australian.
Yeah.
They're just something that has that. And
what's weird is how close Australia is to New Zealand, but they don't have the same accents.
They don't.
It's weird as fuck.
To me, South African almost sounds like more Australian than anything else.
Yeah. I had some friends from South Africa.
My Siri is South African.
Kayla says he hates mine.
It's fine, Kayla.
I don't hate your accent. I think it's cute as shit when you mispronounce. We call them Kayla-isms. She makes up her own fucking words.
That's really funny. I was just talking to another client the other day about this, that sometimes because you know so many languages, like in English it's deodorant. In Portuguese it's desodorante. So it's like when I came back from Brazil, I was like, desodorant. I'm wearing desodorant. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, it's desodorant. It's what you buy at the store, secret desodorant. And they're like, no, that's not it at all.
Kayla, I didn't say I hated your accent. I said I hate the ones on the show where you can't understand, where the subtitles need fucking subtitles. That's the kind I'm talking about. I think yours is adorable. As I just said about your Kayla-isms.
First off, why are we putting spaghetti sauce on pancakes?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too. What the hell's Ryan? Ryan, what are you drinking over there, bro? And why are you not over here sharing? Kayla says I understand it perfectly. I'm assuming you're not talking about the pancakes and the spaghetti sauce. Because I don't understand that shit for anything.
Just like the guys on King and the Hill. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand it. Chocolate wine?
Oh, have you had chocolate wine?
No.
You mentioned wine, so
I love wine.
You should try chocolate wine. It's fucking...
That sounds like a stomach ache.
That's what I thought too, but it's really good. If you have ever heard of Screwball? That
yes,
peanut
but I've
butter?
never tried it.
Okay, so if you mix that with chocolate wine, it tastes like a fucking liquid Reese's Pieces cup, and it is...
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's life-changing. So you're mixing alcohol with more alcohol, and the taste, you're going to get fucked up.
Oh, wow.
But it's going to taste so good, and you're not going to have a hangover, and it's
next week.
Next week.
So next week, we'll
All right,
have...
Kayla, next Friday, bring the...
We'll have Kayla.
Bring your boyfriend in, too.
Yes.
I want to talk to him.
That's what I'm saying. So he's going to tell you boat stories. It's really funny. So this kind of, like... parlays into the whole like poly thing. Like we send each other videos. Like he knows that part of my job is flirtation. It's kind of like being a waitress. At work, I'm single. you didn't know that I had a boyfriend until I came here today.
I just assumed.
But that's the thing. You added me on Facebook. You probably saw whatever. But like for the most part, my job entails like half of my paycheck is tips.
Yeah.
What gets you tips?
Mm-hmm.
Flirting.
Yep.
His business is just like that. He sends me videos of him at Party Cove with like girls and their tits out. I mean, it's not anything that he can avoid. What is he going to do? Put his sunglasses on and like a cape over his head to try to...
I see no titties here. Titties are gone.
But he'll send me
no
videos.
Titties here.
He'll send me videos of like titties, or like the other day he was telling me a story about a girl that came from another boat to his boat and she threw a can out and he's like, fucking pick that up. And she's like, no.
Oh, cans? What?
Yeah, no, that's not the way this works.
Oh, man, I hope he comes on because I got tons of boat stories, too, about all the fucking idiots. That's why I don't go on Lake Louisville anymore, because there's too many fucking morons out there.
He's probably, like, last year there was a really bad storm, and the guy he was working for at the time pretty much made him go and do whatever rentals because he's money hungry. And he literally had his body between two boats trying to pull them apart.
Hell
yeah.
No. Yeah.
So he has stories.
I bet.
He has stories.
Yeah, I got a couple friends that have some big ass, like 50 and 60 foot yachts out on Lake Louisville. Actually, right in, you know where Sneaky Pete's is?
Mm-hmm.
In that marina, like literally you could walk from his deck to Sneaky Pete's. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And his boat, dude, it was like $250,000 or something like that worth of damage from that same storm. Yeah, it like literally his back of his boat smashed the entire deck. It like when it came down, apparently it just destroyed the entire deck, and it also destroyed his deck on his boat. So yeah, he had to pay for not only the deck there but his actual boat deck. Yeah, it's like over $250,000 or something like that. I was like, shit, it's because he took his boat in the shop about the same time I did, and his motherfucking ass got his out in a month. Mine took like 6.
Yeah,
I'm not bitter at all.
just a little bit. But there's a Louisville Lake Boaters page, and if you want entertainment like that on the daily, like just the other day they were last week I think I saw 2 different posts. One was a guy trying to back up into his slip in the same marina that he's in.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was a pontoon or a ski boat, something small, not as expensive as whatever he wrecked into. And then the other day there was a loose boat that was just like
drifting
floating away. Yeah.
Do you know what that was funny? So when you cross over the bridge to go into like Little Elm, there was this boat on the left side that was like there for like months, and I was like, I almost want to go over there and like just haul it to shore.
Was it like half in?
Yeah, it was like kind of like
It looked like a little almost like shitty houseboat. Like it had the thing over it.
That white one, I know the one you're talking about. We've actually been on that one.
Apparently.
Yeah, what happened with that one?
It may or may not be true, but from what I've heard, if you get it, it's yours.
Oh, really?
So.
Well, we might or might not have borrowed some parts from it. Some flotation devices.
Yeah. Well, you know, if it's there, it's easy picking.
No, but that houseboat you're talking about, I know the one you're talking about. That one was a little bit, I'm trying to think, it was past Party Cove.
I have no idea.
But this one that I'm talking about, yeah, it was like literally as you go over the bridge. I don't know if it like hit ground, if it hit like a sandbar or what, but it was like it was just kind of like just floating there for the longest time. And then like for months, I'm talking like, I was like, so what do you do in this situation? Can somebody claim it? Say, this is my boat now.
I would say, yeah.
It's like, what is it? Possession is 9/10 the law?
Pretty much. So
I'm commandeering this fucking boat.
Story about a boat. This is
Ryan says, "Don't be mean. That's my house."
Where is your house?
That boat was floating.
Oh.
Or trying to float.
That's the dream. I want to live on a houseboat.
Hell yeah.
So last year during the summer at some point in time. Drunk Priscilla and sober Priscilla are two different people. But Drunk Priscilla, we were in Highland Village. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's like a Y and there's a peninsula and there's like this really big, pretty like gray house. And then if you look on both shores, you see everybody's shit is out there. They have, jet skis and paddle boards and kayaks, and it's just out there. Mm-hmm. And Drunk Priscilla is like, I'm going to commandeer all this shit. So I
got a funny story that Aaron, I don't know if he's listening, but yeah, go ahead.
So we were anchored out, and that's a great place to be on like the weekend if you don't want to be bothered, if you just want to get drunk. We were out there.
Do you know of the Yacht Cove?
No.
It's right over by that. It's right by 35. It's basically where all the yachts park. And that's where we go to get away from all the fucking idiots.
Well, out there in that Highland Village Y thing, nobody's ever out there. So we just anchored out. And so Drunk Priscilla is gonna swim like 500 feet. Mm-hmm. It's impossible. But as soon as my foot touched like where the peninsula started coming up, I was freaked out. It was slimy. It was weird. Oh, but
another reason why I hate that lake. Yeah, go ahead.
It is. It smells bad. It's terrible. But my plan was to go out there and just take everything. I mean, you left it in the lake, so why can I not have it?
That's not quite how that works.
I mean, most of it is stuff like not even jet skis and stuff. It's like a paddleboard or a kayak that there's no serial number on that. I'm just going to drive around on it on the lake and be drunk and leave it somewhere. That's what's about to happen.
It's like an umbrella. No, you don't ever really own an umbrella.
I mean, all my umbrellas got stolen at some point. So. Do you really own that kayak? I don't know.
No, you don't own that kayak. It. Your name wasn't on it. Therefore, you don't own it.
Pretty much. That's. I just say that needs to happen at some point this summer. We should just take all of their stuff and jumble it around. Like, just put it at different houses.
Put shit in random places? Mm-hmm. Well, technically, it wasn't stolen. It was just...
Misplaced.
That's
what we should do.
Ryan says no property tax. Just saying. Man, if I could live on my fucking boat, I would. I was thinking the other day, I was like, can I add another story onto this fucking boat? I mean, technically it's yacht certified, so supposedly it can't fucking sink. So let's put a 3-story house on this bitch.
Let's do it. You have the underneath, and then you have that, and then you can do the double-decker pontoon type thing.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's a Sea Ray, so it'll fucking last forever.
I think that's what Matt has.
Does he?
I don't know.
Yeah, Sea Rays are, what do they say?
It's a tritoon. It's not it's a something party barge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's like a pontoon, but yeah, three sponsons or whatever. Tunes. Three tunes.
When he told me, so it's funny, for me, like King Triton of the Sea or whatever, I was like, that's a Triton boat. That must be some brand. He goes, no, it's a tritoon. And I'm like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then sure enough, it's a fucking tritoon.
Yeah, I've only been on a pontoon like once or twice. They're pretty cool. I mean, I like the fact that you have so much room.
Yeah, there is a lot of room.
To drink and party and have a good fucking time.
It is.
But at the same time, I don't like spending half an hour to go 5 miles.
No, his goes like 35, 40 miles an hour.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. Like I've lost my breath sometimes that he's going so fast.
Whoa. The fuck? Well, that's not fucking cool.
Is it raining?
I don't know. Shit.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're past our 2-hour mark. That's weird. My AC's on. Lights on. Did we hit something?
Willow? What did you do?
I know. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, you know what?
What?
Oh, shit.
What did you do?
It's on a fucking timer. I forgot.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm dumb. All right.
Yeah, I asked Matt if it just went dark. He's like, yeah.
That was fucking scary.
Are we going back on?
Yeah, we're back on.
Okay.
All right, can y'all hear us? Sorry about that. We were like freaking out. We're like, wait a minute, the power went out. Then I realized I fucking automated everything to shut down at, what time is it? 10:15. Yep. Son of a bitch. All right, so now I got to take an hour and a half to zoom all this shit in. All right, I'm going to do it the fucking fast way.
They said we can hear. Oh, you weren't kidding about these fucking things in my ear. Try having glasses with these things on.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible.
Man, we were getting good story time.
Well, we'll just have to keep some story time for next time.
We do. I think we should. Woo. Well, we sorry about the craziness. We're like freaking out. We're like, the power go out? And I'm like, wait, the AC's still going. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, and then we got these LED lights around the room, and I'm going, they're still on.
The only thing I could think of is, damn, you fucking did something with your foot.
That's what I thought.
Everything up.
I was like, and then I look at Willow, and I'm like, what'd you do, Willow? And that first thing was to check the plugs. Everything's plugged in, and I'm like, okay. Oh, fuck, the automation. Fuck you, automation.
So next week we'll have Kayla and Matthew.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, Ryan, what I did is most shows are 2 hours long, so I did 2 hours and 15 minutes, thinking just in case the show runs past the 2-hour mark, we'll be good. Yeah, well, we ran past the 2 hour and 15-minute mark. Shit shut down.
It's like, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking too much.
It's my bad. I should have been paying attention to the time. I didn't realize it. I'm going to have to fucking change that now.
I guess that's never happened.
No? It's always something in this podcast. Something always weird fucking happens. But
well, is that our signal to like shut
that
it
is
down?
We probably should save some of these stories for the next time.
Yeah, we have a lot of stories.
Especially when you start getting on the boat thing, because we can talk for fucking another 3-4 hours.
Probably. Yeah.
All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and thank you for your time. And go ahead and like our page and check out our store. Go buy some shit. And thank you, Priscilla, for being here.
You're welcome.
As what would Patrick call you?
Phyllis.
Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis.
Phyllis will come back anytime. You just let me know.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. It's been awesome.
Maybe we should do like haircuts on the show or some shit, crazy shit like that.
That would be awesome. Let's do it. All right, who needs a haircut? Ryan, we're shaving your head, bro. Oh wait, his head's probably already shaved.
We'll just do mullets on the podcast.
Mullets. This is the mullet cast. We found our niche.
We figured it out.
All right, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Have a good night.